Kia ora everyone. So yesterday I was still on the fence about switching platforms, but today I went for it. I'm now using TradingView with TradeZero. And while I ended green, it definitely wasn't smooth sailing. The connection kept dropping out, I missed my best fill, and not having hotkeys is already a bit of a pain. So here's how it all went down. So when I first got up this morning, NAOV was the leading gainer, and I think there was another stock EWTO as well, which I didn't even look at really. And it was basically around here. It had pushed up to VWAP and then pulled back. So I was just setting up still, and I'll bring up the video. So this is where it had broken through VWAP with some volume, and I decided that I was going to take look at taking the first pullback and for the push higher. So I'll just speed this up. So it sort of held around $5.15, and I thought if it dips down to around 5.10, somewhere around there, then I'll take an entry around that point. Just keep going. So it dips down here to 5.10. I missed that entry. I'm sort of waiting. I'm in there at 5.12. It starts pushing pretty much straight away up to 5.30. And this is where I'm having trouble with this new setup. I'm trying to place an order on TradingView to get out at 5.30. So I'm basically trying to preset an order to get filled at 5.30, and I'm quite happy to take that profit. If it goes further, it goes further. But you know, base hits for me at the moment is sort of what I'm looking for. So I was trying to get out quickly. It wasn't placing the order, and the order was rejecting. And I realize now that if you look here, I've got the balance. I've got it at balance. So it's trying to fill or set an order for 90% of my balance on my account, or 80% of my balance. I'm not sure I changed that. And so the amount of shares it's trying to sell is more than my current position. So I've got to figure out how to get that sorted quickly. So what I ended up doing is I didn't actually sell using TradingView. I went back to the TradeZero side and sold right there. And what happened was I clicked on the level 2 here, which should change the price in the field, up in the price field, up here. It didn't. It was at 5.12. So when I hit the sell key, I'm not sure if I can go back. But when I hit the sell key, it was at 5.24 on the bid. So I got filled at the best price on the bid, which was 5.24, after placing the order at 5.12. So that's kind of why I got the fill at 5.24, which wasn't the fill I wanted. I wanted the fill at 5.30, but I didn't check the price field when I pushed the sell button, and that's why I got a bad fill. So really it was user error. I'm not used to using this platform yet, and I've still got a few things to tweak on it to make it a bit better workflow. So yeah, a few issues this morning. But anyway, that was my trade. It was a good quick trade, less than a minute. In at 5.12, out at 5.24. If I had actually had the price of 5.30 in there, it would have filled pretty much pretty quickly after that anyway. So it filled there, and then it's already pushed back up to 5.30 there. So definitely could have got 5.30 on on that trade, but bit of user error, so that's it. So that was my trade for today. I did look at Zcar as well. That popped up around about 8 o'clock, but I was just going through and testing this new setup, and yeah. So basically my trade was before 7 o'clock. I was done and dusted for the day, which was good because I've been pretty tired lately, and it meant I had an early night, which is good. So with this new setup I've got here, I use TradingView over this side I quite like how it executes. You can have the order on the chart, and it just follows the ask price. So I can be 2 cents above the ask price, and I can hit the buy key and it'll buy in straight away. So that's okay. I think that's usable. The only issue is that on occasion the connection drops, like there. The connection's dropped, and now I can't hit the buy key. So now I am locked out until the connection comes back. Actually, I had issues with TradeZero free as well, the free version. So this might be because they're both on the free versions. TradingView, this is, I don't have a subscription to TradingView at the moment. I'm just using the free version just to see how it goes. And I've reduced my cost for TradeZero down to the free version as well. So I'm not paying for the Zero Pro anymore, which is $79 US a month. And that includes OTC market data on level 1 and level 2. But I decided to go back down to the free version because my account's getting quite low. It's after last month's pretty big red month. So I decided that I'd save some cost in my account and look at seeing if I could use the free version. So the free version has a level 2, which is good. I didn't actually think I'd get that, but it has that. So I'm using the free version in TradeZero for the level 2, and I'm trying to use TradingView to execute my orders. I just prefer that setup. But if it's dropping in and out like this on the connection, then that might not be possible. I might still use it for charting, and I definitely have to use it for the screener, as the free version in TradeZero does not have a stock screener. So I'm using the TradingView setup for the screener, which I've used in the past for paper trading and that. So I'm kind of used to TradingView, how it's set up, but never linked it through to TradeZero before. So some definite lag between the two sometimes, and that's probably because I'm not paying for a pro version for TradingView, which is fine. As long as I can see the real-time price and that sort of thing on the free version, I should be fine. And I think that was the only issues really. It was just getting used to using the new layout and setup. I don't have as many charts open, so it will really mean I focus more on one stock, and once I've taken my trade, that'll be pretty much it. So I'm still sticking to one trade a day rule at the moment until I get my account looking a bit more healthier and go from there. So I did look at Zcar, and Zcar popped up at 8 o'clock. So here it is here. It had popped up here and pushed up to a high of $10.44 from around $4 and looked pretty good. And then it pulled back down to about 780, 790, somewhere around there, 760, yeah, 780. And then it started to make some higher highs, higher lows. And that first green candle would make a new high there. I thought if it broke through over around 820, then that would be a good place to buy. I actually thought about taking a position at $8.06 when it was around this area, around $8. I thought about taking a position and buying in around there. I would have only got 45 shares, or possibly less actually. But then I thought, no, I've taken my one trade today and I need to stay disciplined on that and not start just over trading again. And also, you know, it's about being consistent and, you know, sticking to my rules. So I decided to paper trade it. I put a order in about 806. I think I moved it around a bit, but basically I was looking for a pushback to around $9.50. Was sort of where I wanted it to go. So I'll go back to the chart actually. It's probably easier to have a look on here. Seeker. Oh, might have us type better. So pre-market. Here we go, and we'll just take that off. So this is where it pushed up here, and this is where I looked at taking it around this level here, around $8, and it came up here and broke through. Clear that, draw that better. Broke through this level here, around 820, 825, and pushed up through to VWAP with some decent volume. Just bring that across a bit. And that would have been a decent trade in there. And then like possibly buying at the dip again, or buying when it broke through that level again. But I just looked at holding this trade until it got to my break level around 950. So it eventually pushed back up through 950 and went to a high of 1040 I think it hit in the end. So pretty strong coming up through this area here. Some good high volume green candles compared to the red. So not as much resistance on the stock. Had some pretty good pullbacks, but when the green came in, it came in pretty strong and pushed the stock up higher. So good, quite good, strong. But it had these long, drawn out pullbacks down through here, and after that, I went to bed and got some sleep. But it did go further. It pushed up higher at the end of pre-market and into the open. It really went to town and put in some good, looks like I went into some halts up here at 11:56, around just after the open, 9:32, and 9:38, 9:10, 9:40. May have halted there at 9:40 and resumed at 9:46, and then it's halted down here, it looks like 9:53, and resumed at 10:03. So put in some pretty good moves. Went up to $16.14 after the open, pulled back, broke through that again, 16.57, and then the high of the day, $18. So pretty strong stock, and it's pulled back now, back down to around $9, $10. So not bad. But if I'd taken that trade down here, 45 shares up to around 965, that would have been a decent trade for me, around $60, $60 to $70 profit. But already taken my trade for the day, so sat that one out. But decent stock today, moving that high. So stats for today: took 70 shares at $5.12 and sold at $5.24, $8.40 profit, and good start to May. So good base hit with 12 cents a share today. So hopefully I can carry that through for the rest of the month and just get some base hits going into next week, and then reevaluating where I'm at with my account and sort of where my strategy is going to go for the rest of May. Still figuring out this new setup. No hotkeys, drop connection is not ideal, but it's green and I'll take it. Let me know if you're trading with a small account or using TradingView too. I'd love to hear how you've got yours set up. Remember to like and subscribe, and I will see you tomorrow. Hei a popo.